Hey, it's Coach Favour, and today's video is about stretching and strengthening our wrists. Our wrists are very important in gymnastics for every single event, so it's important that they're flexible and strong to prevent injury. I'm going to be using an exercise mat, but if you have any other soft surface at home, that would be great too, like carpet or a rug. It's always important to stretch and strengthen on warm muscles. So before we get into the video, I'm going to put a warm up on the screen that I want you to do. Without further ado, let's get started. So the first wrist stretch we're going to do is with our fingers pointing away from us, and we're going to lean over our fingertips with our body weight, okay? And just lean as far as you can until you feel that stretch. And we're going to hold this for 30 seconds. And if the stretch starts to get too much or painful, just lean off of that a little bit. So the next wrist stretch we're going to do is with our fingers pointing towards our knees. We're going to lean back until we feel the stretch, and with the same thing with the other one. Lean back as far as you can until you feel a good stretch, and if it starts to get too much, lean off of it. And we're going to hold this one for 30 seconds as well. The next stretch we're going to do is with our fingers pointing towards each other and with our palms up. So for this one, we're going to go side to side, and we're going to hold it for about 30 seconds. And make sure to also lean forward so you get more weight on those wrists. And with everything, it's to your own limit and to what feels comfortable for you. So don't go too hard, but also make sure you feel the stretch. So we're going to hold that for 30 seconds. Now it's time for the finger crinkles. So we're just going to curl our fingers all the way to our palms really slowly and bring them back down. And we're going to do 10 of these. For this next stretch, it's a little bit complicated, so I'm going to show you how to get into it. With one of your hands, you're going to cross it over and put it in that position. So just like that. So again, one hand is over, and both hands have their fingers pointing towards each other. And we're just going to hold this for 30 seconds. The next stretch is very similar. So all we're going to do is take our hand that's behind and move it in front. Make sure to pause the video and take a break if you feel your wrists are starting to hurt a little bit too much, and always make sure you're not pushing your stretches past the point your body can handle. For the final stretch, it's called an eagle stretch, and it's a little bit tricky. So we're gonna take our first hand and we're gonna twist it to the inside, trying to get our fingers to point towards our knees. Then we're gonna do the same thing with our second hand, rotating it inwards till our fingers point towards our knees. And we're gonna hold this stretch for 30 seconds. Now we're going to transition to wrist strengthening. And for this one, we're going to need a little bit of weight. So if you have weights at home, that's great. I'm going to be using a 2-pound weight. Make sure you don't go over 5 pounds. If you don't have weights at home, a bottle of water will do, or even a soup can or food cans, whatever you can find. That doesn't weigh too much, but still gives you that bit of weight you need to strengthen your wrists. So we're going to do wrist movements in 4 ways. The first one we're going to do is with all our fingers on one side. Our palm is facing up, and we're going to lift our wrist all the way up and all the way down. We're going to do this 20 times. Make sure you have your other hand supporting your arm. And we're going to go really slow. Now we're going to switch directions, and our palm is going to be facing towards the ground now. We're still going to support with our other hand, and we're still going to go all the way down and all the way up. 20 times. For the next one, we're going to tilt our weight and make it vertical, or your water bottle, or whatever weight you were able to find. We're going to support our arm, and we're going to go up. So up, like that, and come back to the center. So up, center. Make sure to keep your wrist straight and don't try to bend it either way. We're just keeping it straight, and we're doing it 20 times. Okay, so for our final wrist strengthening exercise, we're going to just reverse the last one we did and go down. Keep the support, but this time instead of going up, we're going down. And we're going to do it 20 times. So go down and come back up to the center. Down, center. Make sure to keep that wrist straight and not bent. Make sure there's a straight line between your arm and your hand. Also make sure that your wrist is the only thing that's moving. Don't try to move your arm up and down, just your wrist. When you're done with those 4 wrist strengthening exercises on one hand, make sure to switch hands so you keep it equal, and do the same 4 on the other hand, 20 times each, slowly moving your wrist in those directions. You can pause this video or rewind to do the other hand. Hope you enjoyed that video about wrist stretches and strengthening exercises. It's really, really important to have flexible and strong wrists for gymnastics. So I want you to pick at least one of those stretches and exercises to do every day. And you can switch it up, doing different stretches and exercises on different days. But watch your wrists grow to be flexible and strong. I hope you're staying happy and safe, and I can't wait to see you back at the gym.